can't stop the signal now.
And welcome there to another Rebel Rant. So this is going to be a little bit of an update among other things. I'm going to try and make this quick. I have not been quite as active on Rebel Rant over the last few weeks, and there's a pretty good reason for it. I have not given up on the channel. I am not abandoning the channel. The simple fact is that my main channel, Rebel Squadron, is starting to take shape, and it's getting pretty complex over there. So I've been spending a great deal of time fine-tuning and learning new skills. This live streaming stuff, it is far more complicated than you might think. I was definitely been surprised at the levels of complexity involved in putting together a live stream and fine-tuning it. There are so many moving parts, so many things that can go wrong. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. It has been an incredible learning curve. So yeah, I've been putting a great deal of time and energy into figuring these things out. And as a result, Rebel Squadron is starting to come together. And my original vision is finally starting to come to fruition very slowly but surely. And it is taking a great deal of time and energy. So I have not given up on Rebel Rant. I still intend to keep this one going. It is also in a little bit of a transition phase. I am trying to get back to the original intent that I had with it. But the vision is actually kind of growing a bit as well. Yeah, Rebel Rant is still around. It's going to be around. I might not be as active with it until I can get Rebel Squadron fine-tuned at this point. Make no mistake, I'm not going anywhere. Unless YouTube decides to shut my channel down for some reason. If you haven't figured out by now, I don't like to pull punches. I don't like to be censored. I'm a two-time veteran, an American citizen. Love the Constitution. I love my country. Love the Bill of Rights. I will fight for my rights to the day I die with my dying breath. And that's just a stone cold fact of who I am. So I will continue these rants until I get shut down. Period. End of story. Full stop. Or until life takes me a completely different direction and I pretty much just don't have time to be making videos. At this point, the sky's the limit and anything is possible. Okay, so I'd like to touch on the next part of this video where, well, Cyberpunk 2077 has been released, and after spending a few days playing it, well, something has kind of solidified for me, especially regarding both gaming and pop culture entertainment commentary. And, well, let me try to explain something to some people that might not understand where I'm coming from. See, I am the original OG gamer. Yeah, it's not something I just hopped into here. A lot of people, they probably wonder who Rebel Squadron is, what makes him qualified to be talking about these things. Yeah, what kind of street cred he's got, being me. You know, what is my street cred? What is my geek cred? Well, let me tell you, I'm the OG geek. I was a geek before being a geek was cool. I was a geek before being a geek was mainstream. I was a geek when geeks, well, they had their geek friends, and that was about it. And there wasn't the internet to, well, it was around. The accessibility wasn't what it is today, and the mainstream geekdom was nowhere near close to what it is today. So being a geek, you had to be a geek. Let me tell you, I have been a lifelong geek, a lifelong gamer. When I was a kid, I was reading those comic books. Started off with the big books, Hardy Boys, and Lord of the Rings. When I was in 7th grade, my social study teacher introduced me to The Hobbit in Lord of the Rings, and I was instantly hooked. Let me tell you, that was an eye-opening read right there for the first time. Yeah, that is just a snapshot of my geek cred when it comes to these things, comic books, video games, all this stuff. It has been a part of my life since day one. To give it the example that speaks for itself, my very first game was the original Pong. I was just barely old enough to remember it. My aunt purchased the system, the home system. She lent it to my family. It had its own little console, and the only game on that console was Pong. It had the 2 paddles, and that's all you did. You know, 2 paddles going up, ball bouncing back and forth. Most infuriating things about the game. That ball started going straight across, horizontal, boom. boom, boom. It was incredibly difficult to change the vector of that ball. As the paddles, you know, knocking it back and forth, I mean, 9 times out of 10, it would bounce right off in a straight line going back across the other side. Oh my goodness. That used to just... I was too young to understand what Rebel Rage was at that time. I hadn't experienced at that time. But let me tell you, it was frustrating. My goodness. Oh, that brings back some memories, let me tell you. Starting these channels has been something else. It's really brought back a lot of memories, and surprisingly good memories. Yeah, for that, if nothing else, I have to be grateful for this opportunity that I have somehow fallen into. I have no idea even how it happened. I take that back. I got some idea. Yeah, it's just circumstances. 2020, crazy year. Open up the door, and once I recognized the opportunity, I dove right through. But I never saw it coming. Not until it was right in front of me. So yeah, when I don't sit here and toe the line that everybody else is on, drooling over these games and these gaming companies, I just falling over myself trying to say good things about these games and these companies that other people are in fact just singing the praises. Let's take a CD Projekt Red for example. Literally everybody's been talking about how this company is standing its ground, standing up for its principles. Oh my goodness. But they don't want to see the forest for the trees. And Cyberpunk 2077 is the most perfect example that I can give. If you watched my most recent impromptu rant that took place during a live stream on my Twitch channel while I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, well, the game itself revealed CD Projekt Red's communist roots. Enough is enough. Not gonna. I am the original OG gamer here, folks. This is not what gaming is about. This is not what these things are about. Gaming, comic books, movies, it's supposed to be about having fun. Yeah, there's gonna be a message, there's gonna be moral. It's not supposed to be about propaganda. It's not supposed to be about subverting the Constitution, at least here in America. The entire field and genre of just gaming, pop culture, comic books, it has been completely subverted and taken over. Good and decent people, well, they just want to be entertained. So they might not recognize these things, or if they do recognize it, they might gloss over it, thinking, well, it's not that big of a deal. And you know, if that's what they believe in, so what? It has no impact on me. Simple fact is, though, if you're spending money on these things, it does matter, because by spending money on these things, you're telling these creators that you agree with their message. So when I ran across that file in Cyberpunk 2077, singing the praises of a dead communist country and openly lying about and vilifying the free market system, more specifically here in America, that lit a fire, folks. That was the last straw. I'm making no bones about it. This is where I stand. You don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to watch. And odds are, sooner or later, YouTube's going to shut my channel down. And I'm okay with that. I will go down fighting. I will go down speaking the truth as I see it. Not my truth, folks. The truth. We live in a world that is operates according to physical laws. The truth is a thing. The truth. It is not flexible upon your point of view. It is either true or it is not true. Now, so when these things cross my desk as I'm, diving into comic books, playing these video games, and watching these movies, I'm just going to speak it as I see it. And I will stand by what I say. If I am sincerely mistaken, I will own up to that mistake. I will admit to that mistake. And I will reconsider my words. But if I believe that I'm right, I believe that the truth is as I see it, I will stand by my statements. And if the powers that be want to shut me down, then so be it. because I am the original OG geek. The powers that be do not understand what that means. So with that said, this has been another Rebel Rant, speaking into the void.
Can't stop the signal.